Hello! Happy Sunday!
Woo! Sunday is here again.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you've all had a good week being back at school or just
Yes.
back into a bit more normal life and you're not feeling too tired from it all.
No.
I feel quite tired from actually having to leave the house.
Yeah. But I hope you have all had fun seeing your friends again.
Yeah.
And just getting out and, yeah, seeing people.
Yeah. We thought we would start with a few would you rather questions.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So we'll ask you the question. You can answer it right in the comments what your answer is, and then we'll show you our answer for it as well.
Yes.
So, are we ready? Jack and everyone else.
I'm ready.
Would you rather be able to go back in time or forward to the future?
Ooh. If I go forward to the future, can I then come back again?
Yeah, as in like you're in this time, but you can go.
You can
back.
jump between
Yeah.
times. Okay. I think I'd go to the future.
Why?
Because I like to see what's happening. I like to know what's happening. I like to be prepared. So I feel like if I know what's coming, I can be prepared. Whereas what's already been, although it was great and I loved it, and thanks to everyone that's been involved, I feel like I already know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could go back before your time.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Places in history.
This is probably too long an answer now, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I
We'll
think I'd still
ponder
go
and we
future.
might come back to you next week with a...
And then just fly around on hoverboards and spaceships. And be like Star Wars. Alright, my question. Would you rather always be itching
Oh.
or always be sneezing?
Always be sneezing.
Why?
Because I think like there can be satisfaction with a sneeze, whereas with an itch, you just constant. It's such a horrible feeling,
Yeah,
isn't it?
true. I hate being itchy. It's the worst thing.
And sometimes with sneezes, it's quite satisfying. It's like you can feel a sneeze and then you're like,
You gotta flush out your
whereas
nose.
an itch, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
Okay.
Alright.
Would you rather never eat chocolate again or have to eat a can of cat food, like wet cat food, once a week?
%. I would never eat chocolate.
Wow.
Here's a fact for you. I have a real thing against cat food. I don't know where it started.
I don't think anyone has a thing for cat food.
Well, they might do. Some people might really like it. But every time, like especially wet cat food, is like anytime I smell it, I genuinely heave. Or if I think about like touching it or eating it, it genuinely gives me the heebie-jeebies and my stomach churn. Like even now, I'm holding back a churn. Is that the right phrase?
No, but I think people know.
Anyway,
what you mean.
never eat chocolate again, although I do love chocolate.
Yeah,
but
you also have a real thing for chocolate.
I know, but that proves
you
how
have an addiction.
how big my thing against cat food is.
Yeah,
Sorry,
wow.
cat food and all the makers out there. Alright, your question. Would you rather always be hungry, so like you're starving, or always be full, so like you're that feeling of like I've eaten so much?
It's actually a tricky one because I quite often get that feeling of being full and I just can't move and I think it's the worst. I think I'd rather always be hungry.
Really?
I hate that feeling of being like over full to the point that you like can't move.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yeah, I'd always be hungry.
Interesting. What did you guys think? Your question.
Would you rather always have something stuck in between your front teeth, like a bit of spinach or a seed or something, or always have a little bit of bogey stuck?
Oh, something in your teeth.
100%.
Yeah, I'd definitely something stuck in my teeth.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have much more to add on
No,
that.
that's not really much
I just
more.
think bogies are a bit gross.
Yeah.
Alright.
And people are more like grossed out by a bogey than something in the teeth.
True. Alright. Would you rather, anytime someone said hello, you burped, or anytime someone said hello, you cried uncontrollably?
Didn't you ask this last time?
No, I did burp and fart.
Oh.
So, would you rather, anytime someone said hello, you burped, or if someone said hello, you cried uncontrollably, like sobbing?
Well, I think burps, because I think you can. I hate burps. Like, I literally think they're horrific. But you can kind of just be like, whereas you can't hide with.
But imagine going outside and be like, "Hey, great to see you," and, they go, and just start crying uncontrollably. Yeah, you'd feel so bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather
Oh, I
burp.
thought you said, okay, right, true. I got confused. I thought you said you wouldn't with burp because you hate burps.
I hate burps, but I'd still choose the burp.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Imagine how bad that'd be. You'd walk up somewhere and they'd just start bawling their eyes out.
Yeah, that would be hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Send us any would you rather questions that you think are fun.
We love would you rather questions.
Yeah.
So any you've got, please send them in because we really want to see them and we actually find joy in them.
We do indeed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak now.
Okay.
So.
See you in a bit.
The past few weeks in Wired, we've been looking at this story in Daniel 3 of Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego and King Nebuchadnezzar, and we've looked at this story where King Nebuchadnezzar asked them to bow down to his statue, and they say, no, we trust our God, we only bow down to him, and they ended up getting chucked in a fiery furnace, but God saved them. And the things that we took from this story was, the first is that God is unchanging and that we can trust him in every circumstance. And the second thing is that God is with you. We looked at a few different verses from the Bible which talk about the fact that God is with us. And one of those verses I want to look at again today. And it's from Isaiah 41:10, and it says this: So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And the part I want to focus on today, carrying on from the fact that God is with us, is those first 4 words in the verse. So do not fear. I wonder, when you hear that word fear, what you think of. All of us are scared of different things. Some of those things are small things, like for me, I'm scared of spiders. For other people, it might be much bigger things that affect our everyday lives. But God says to us in this passage and in other parts of the Bible, do not fear, for I am with you. Fear can be a good thing when it stops us from getting hurt. So, for example, being scared of putting your hand in a crocodile's mouth is probably a good thing because it probably will bite you. But sometimes fear can hold us back from living the lives that God has called us to live. And that's where God wants to step in and say, do not fear, for I am with you. At the beginning of this year, I was praying about what God wanted this year to look like for me, and if there was anything he was saying over the year. And I felt like he said that this year he wanted it to be a year for me where I was fearless. And that in itself scared me, because I was like, oh my gosh, if I've got to be fearless, then what is God going to put like, in my, what opportunities is God going to give that I'm going to have to take up that might scare me a bit. So since January, I've been trying to practice this thing of being fearless. And that has been ranging from when there's a spider or a creepy crawly, I have to try and move it myself rather than ask Jack to do it, which I hate because they just freak me out a bit. And it might be bigger things like when opportunities are given to me that initially make me a bit scared, to actually say, yes, God is with me, so I can do this. And one example of that is even just at church, being asked to host a service a few months ago. The thought of that scares me a lot, because I'm like, what if I trip over? What if I say something wrong? What if people think she is so weird? Why is she up there? But I felt God saying to me, no, I'm calling you to be fearless because I don't want fear to hold you back from the life that I have called you to. What is it in life that scares you and stops you from living the life God has called you to? Who is fear stopping you from being? This is something we have to learn and we have to grow in, to trust that God is with us, and so we don't need to fear about anything. And I wish that I had learned more of this when I was younger, that when I was at school I would fear less about what people thought of me, and I would have just lived the life God called me to. I would have invited more of my friends to church, I would have told them about Jesus, and I would have loved Jesus more myself. I was so fearful of what people thought or what they might say about me if I said something about Jesus, that I held back from doing it. But not only could that have made my life better, it could have transformed their lives too. Fear can stop us from being who God has called us to be. Fear can stop us from living the life God has called us to. But God says, do not fear, for I am with you. And when we do fear, when we are scared, we can take it to God. We can say, God, help me to move this spider. We can say, God, help me to go to school this week and be bold in who I am. God, help me not to fear about what other people think of me, or not to fear of going in the sea. Whatever your fear might be, you can ask God to be with you in that fear and to take it away. And so this week, I would encourage you to ask God, what is it you want me to step into that I'm scared of doing, or who am I scared of being? Spend some time with God and say, where is fear stopping me from being who you've called me to be? And maybe every day just read that verse from Isaiah 41:10 that says, so do not fear, for I am with you. And if you read that each day, the more we read the Bible, the more we learn it, the more it can become true in our hearts. So do not fear, for I am with you. Who can we be when we truly do not fear and trust that God is with us? So God, I just thank you that you are with us. I thank you that in a life with you we don't have to fear, and I pray that this week we would learn more of what it means to live fearless lives, God. I pray that you would remind us each day that you're with us and we don't need to fear, and pray that anything that is stopping us from being who you've called us to be, that you would take that away, Jesus. Amen.
Thanks, Zoe. I love that Zoe is trying to be fearless, because it means that I don't have to clear out any creepy crawlies or gross stuff.
Not quite
so
true.
Thank you very much.
You can still clear out some of them.
No, you've got this. I believe in you.
Thanks.
So this week's challenge is the karate kick knocking the lid off a bottle challenge.
Whoa.
You may have seen some videos flying around about it online, but we are going to attempt to give it a go.
And bold, underline the word attempt.
Attempt, yeah. A top tip for you, loosen the lid slightly so it's easier
Also,
to take.
don't have any drink in the bottle.
Well, I mean, you can, but it's going to be messy.
Because if you knock it over, we don't want to get in trouble.
No, true. But we loved seeing Josh's challenge last week,
Yeah,
and we
thanks,
would
Josh.
love for you to send more in. So if anyone has any ideas of different challenges you can do or that we can do in attempt, send them in and they will get a feature on the videos and we will attempt it ourselves.
Yeah. We really hope and pray that we'll get to see you all soon. We miss you lots, but we're praying for you. Hope that you have a great week and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.